Stay with football. Turn our attention to Muhlenberg team that is ready to hit an opponent, and Friday night they will finally have that opportunity. The Mules, who finished last season with an overall mark of 9-2, will look for their first win when they welcome in Wilkes. Erica Rose has the preview.
After a long preseason, week 1 is finally here, and to add to the anticipation, Muhlenberg will open the season with their first ever Friday night game under the lights, bringing back memories for some and new experiences for others.
Our enthusiasm is really up there because, we've had a long camp. We were here since August, and, this is what we've been preparing for. Friday night under the lights, back to like high school was, so I'm excited about that for sure.
I've actually never played a Friday night game. So I'm really excited individually, but as a team, I think it's really good for the school. I think we're going to get a lot of student support out there, and it'll really hype our team up. I
know a lot of guys were talking about it all week. They miss playing under the high school lights, and it brings a big motivation for all of us, playing under the lights for the first time in a while. We haven't really had that, so it brings back memories.
Typically around here in the Lehigh Valley, Friday nights are reserved for the high school game, but this is something that we wanted to do, and we thought it'd be new and exciting, and it's the first Friday on our college campus with all the students back, so hopefully we'll get a great crowd and it'll be exciting.
The Mules will host Wilkes University from the Middle Atlantic Conference, a team they defeated 34-0 last year, but the Colonels have now had a full year under their head coach, making the Mules fear the unknown, but leaving them confident they will be stronger.
We have a 4-game breakdown of them, but it's all last year, and as I said to our coaches, that's 8 months ago, and so we really don't know what they're going to do, and that's the big concern, is that they could come out and do completely different things offensively and defensively than they did on film.
They're going to be a lot more sound this year than last year. They were learning a whole new defense and offense last year under Coach Brown, but we expect them to be more assignment perfect than they were last year. I know they were real physical with us last year, too.
The Colonels run a spread offense and average 22.4 points per game and 238.5 passing yards per game in year 1 under Trey Brown. So, of course, the Mules will rely on the defense to slow things down. But since it's a team game, the offense will also need to step up.
I think one of the ways you slow them down is play good defense and get off the field, win the third downs, and do what we did last year to a lot of folks, which is play solid defense. And then the other part of it is our offense has got to do a really, really good job of controlling the ball and keeping possession. And every time we do that, or the more we do that, the less time that they can be on the field with their offense.
Keep our offense on the field. Keep them off the field as long as we can so they can't do that.
Speaking of the offense, head coach Mike Donnelly will be relying heavily on a veteran offensive line, as well as their star QB in Nick Palladino. But there will be some new faces Friday night, including their offensive coordinator, Nate Mine.
Nate's a great addition to our staff. He's extremely intelligent, works hard. The kids like him. I think he's a great fit for Muhlenberg, so I can't wait to see him under the gun on Friday night.
He's a real cool guy. He's real personable. You can talk to him, you can joke to him about things, but he knows when to be serious, too, as well. He really stresses our assignment perfection, so to make sure we know what we're doing. It'll be interesting to see how he handles things in games as opposed to practices.
Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. On the scene at Scottywood Stadium, America Rose, 2 Sports.
Well, Doug, you and I were talking during the break. Mike Donnelly's done a terrific job with that Muhlenberg program. Preseason #2 pick in the Centennial Conference. Johns Hopkins #1 should be an exciting year in West Allentown.
Interesting to see how well they do on a Friday night. Obviously, a little bit more intense atmosphere expected. I know when Lafayette moved their games to Saturday night, they definitely got a more rambunctious crowd. Yeah. Also a team that is ranked 22nd in the D3.com Division III football poll, so obviously high hopes in Muhlenberg.
Turned him into a power, yep.
Yes, he has. Great job by Mike Donnelly. Looking forward to that one on Friday night.